What delights await the reader of issue 7 of the LEGO Ninjago magazine? Let's find out, shall we? Okay guys, so this is my review of issue 7 of the LEGO Ninjago Legacy magazine. Now apparently I didn't know this, but this is a different magazine to the LEGO Ninjago magazine. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to skip right to the back a second, because here, well, you can see, I'll pull it up to the camera, is the LEGO Ninjago magazine, and this is obviously issue number 67. So, not realising that, when I introduce this as the LEGO Ninjago magazine, when it's actually the LEGO Ninjago Legacy magazine. Now I was drawn to this particular magazine because of the two minifigures on front. As you can see, we've got Woo and we've got Skulkin, and I was very interested in the Skulkin character because I am working on a Halloween mock, and this character will go in very well with my Halloween mock. So the front of the magazine is very typical of LEGO's magazine range, very colourful, lots of action, and designed to obviously attract children to buy them. Now if we go into the magazine, we have, and inside the cover we have a full spread picture of Samukai, who is one of the skeleton characters in the Ninjago world. Then we have the contents page, and then we have the start of this issue's comic called The School of Skulkin. And this adventure is all about Woo, who's the character on front, who's on a bit of a mission to a village, comes across a group of skeletons who appear to be training, and gives them a bit of a lesson in the arts of Ninjago. There's a colouring page there, and obviously he absolutely kicks their butts. And then right at the very end, the henchman, who is, as we've already pointed out from here, who is Samukai, discovers that the skeleton army that he's trying to raise have been defeated, and obviously has to go to the drawing board. So the comic itself, I think in terms of my opinion, is very orientated towards children. There's a bit of a sinister side to it, but if you read the narrative, it definitely is aimed at children, especially the skeleton army, who you think would be like very sinister and dangerous. But as I say, the comic's narrative is very driven at children. Now the other interesting thing about this particular magazine as well is, compared to the other magazines that I've read, the comic adventure actually stops halfway through the magazine, whereas like the LEGO City magazine or the LEGO Jurassic World magazine, the comic is sort of spread out across the whole magazine, whereas in this particular one it actually ends before you get to the middle page spread. As with all the LEGO magazines, you get a middle page poster, double-sided. Usually you get one landscape and one portrait, like this. And then the rest of the magazine is puzzles, information about the villains. So you've got Samukai and Cruncher, and your information about Knuckle and Whiplash, more puzzle pages, games, a little bit about two sets that you can buy, the Ninjago sets, Thunder Raider and Earthmech. And then on the back of the inside is another full page spread of one of the other henchmen, if you like, and that's Knuckle. And then at the back you've got a cutout scene that you can use with the Ninjago characters, and obviously cutout characters as well. So all in all, it's a pretty standard LEGO magazine. Usual format with puzzles, games, colouring in pages and a comic, and obviously the obligatory free gift on the front, in which this case is obviously 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to very carefully take off the minifigures, open them up and do a little quick review of those. Okay then guys, so these are the minifigures that you get in front of the Lego Ninjago Legacy magazine, and the first thing that strikes me is the packaging that these minifigures have come in. Usually you get a poly bag type thing that comes in front of the magazines, which is your kind of standard poly bag, whereas this is quite durable, quite stiff plastic, almost very presentable actually. Very similar to the sort of thing that you might buy from the Lego shop itself if you were buying specific minifigures, like custom minifigures I guess, if you like. So let's get into opening the minifigures. I'm just going to pop that out of the way. I was kind of thinking that these might actually pop out, but no, so they're in. That's actually quite good. They're also in an inset as well, which is quite good. So obviously on the left, let's take all these out. Wow, there's going to be some assembling to do here. Right, so let's assemble Wu first. And Wu has got a moustache. Let's pop his head on, and his hat, and the staff. Now if I just bring that up to the camera, you will see pretty bog standard printing on the front, nice dragon style printing on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Bring it a bit closer, maybe put it to the light. Yeah, so that's pretty cool on the back. White arms, which is quite cool, and then obviously a beard, and then the hat. These hats are pretty cool, and obviously a staff. And that's obviously the same character that's in the comic as well. So we'll just pop him there, and we'll then assemble the skeleton, which is going to be fun. And this is, what's his name again? Skulkin. He's taken some assembling, and he's a bit of a short skeleton with a very large sword, which I can't seem to get into his hands. Right, so there we go. So that is Skulkin. Now I really love this. If you look at a bog standard skeleton character, there isn't much detail in the body other than it's very skeletal looking, but this has obviously got some print on his legs and the bottom of his torso. Well, actually it's the bottom of his torso, isn't it, because the legs are fastened differently onto these skeleton characters. And he's got a pretty cool sort of evil looking head. No printing anywhere else because it's a skeleton character. And obviously the sword, quite a big sword compared to his character. But there you go guys, that is Wu and Skulkin, two of the characters out of this edition's comic. All in all, I think the magazine itself is pretty standard. I think it's the sort of magazine, again, aimed at kids, but I suppose as an adult, if you are looking for specific characters you might want to build into a mock like I am this time around in terms of the skeleton, then you're really buying the magazine for the minifigures on the front, or the model on the front. One magazine I haven't bought yet is the Star Wars magazine, the Lego Star Wars magazine. To be honest, the ones that I've seen on the shelf, I'm not really being that bothered about the free gift, so I'm kind of biding my time and waiting for something that's going to come with a free gift. Anyway guys, all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think of this particular magazine. Have you collected any of the other magazines? What's your favourite magazine? Also, more importantly, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon at the side of the subscribe button to make sure you get notified when I release some new videos. Right then guys, I'm out of here and I'll catch you later for another video. What delights await the reader of issue 7 of the Lego Ninjago magazine? Well, let's review it and find out how. Find out how? Oh, fuck, I was doing so well with that one. What delights await the reader of this